Get ready. And now how do I share? Go to more, live on Facebook so we can save it. And next. And we'll get this going. And all these interviews are going to be part of the giveaway. That's the next big thing. So why virtual? See, what? Give me a cool title for this.
Oh my gosh, on the spot. Just grow your business with virtual staffing.
No, that's blah 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 blah. Feel overworked.
There you go. Feel overworked, hire a virtual assistant.
Wait, no, but feel overworked. See how to be more productive, right?
There you go.
That's how I would leave it.
There you go. That's good.
It goes back to what I remember what we started a year ago. See, I would always lead a dude. Are you getting enough stuff done? And you feel stuff is getting left on the table? But wait, I have the solution.
You got
we'll get stuff done faster, easier, smoother, less headache.
Exactly.
See how to get 35 hours. See how to get 35 hours a day, right? See how to get 4 more hours in a day. You like that one? See how to get 4 more hours in a day. I can't spell worth this shit, but I know how to, right?
Yeah, no, that's good. I like it.
And that will be the title of the Facebook thing. I mean, not the Facebook. Okay. Ready?
Excellent. Let's go.
Go live in 3, 2, 1. Done. We are live. Welcome, everybody. Albert, Corey, the taxman. Guess what? I am live today with another cool, amazing guest. If you don't know who I am by now, my name is Albert Corey, the taxman, where every day I make it rain money to my tax clients. And my new project launching is Ninja Profits, which basically after working with Mark Vincent Hamilton is we're going to show you growth capital essentials, simple ways to grow your business. Well, guess what? Today's tip is going to be, I have an awesome guest, Mr. Dan Myers. By the way, Mr. Dan.
Yes.
Can everybody?
Good morning.
Let's do this way. You gallery view, so everybody can see us both ways.
Sounds good.
Jumpy. Just so you know, Dan is part of what I'm going to call one of my ninja tricks. Number 2, actually, it should be your second ninja trick. Is you got to show up to events. Because me and Dan became almost like lifelong buddies, because a year ago, we both showed up at Bill Walsh's. I actually first met him in Tampa, and then we showed up again at Rainmaker in Chicago, and then we literally hung out every day for a week.
Yep.
In Chicago, and then we're on the Business Expo tour for every week for the next 10 weeks last year, and about twice a month on the digital version this year because we're stuck at home.
So, right, and don't forget Speaker Camp.
And Speaker Camp, that was Chicago. That's where we became best buddies, sitting next to each other and getting our speaking empire started.
Exactly.
Well, today, Mr. Dan is going to show you simple. I mean, Dan's been doing this for almost 3 decades, not as much as my 40. See, he can't catch up to my 40 because there was no internet back in 85, or he would have been there. But he's going to show everybody how, last thing I know, there's 24 hours in a day, right, Dan?
That's correct.
But however, Mr. Dan's going to show you how you can get 35 hours a day. 35 hours a day. That's 20. Let's say 5 days. How you can get an extra 20 hours a week. Dude,
exactly.
You know, last thing I know, a calculator only goes 24 hours a day. So Dan's going to show us what it is and how he does. Mr. Dan, take us away, introduce yourself, and tell us what you do.
Awesome. So, really the cool thing about what I do is virtual assistants or virtual staffing, right? So I have a team of virtual assistants that help entrepreneurs, small business owners, coaches, speakers, authors, help them get more hours out of their day. Like Albert was saying, the goal is to have somebody do things so you're even more productive than you could possibly be on your own. So that's really what I've been doing. I've been doing this for about 10 years now of virtual staffing, and I've been doing a lot of work from home work and online marketing and different things in the online space for 30 years. But really the key the last few years, and especially this past year, is making sure you can scale and grow your business using people that can work from their homes as well. And that's why virtual staffing is such a big deal right now.
Explain, most of my clients, sorry if you're watching this, if I interrupt you, Dan, it's because I have a fifth grade brain. Okay.
No problem.
So explain what word did you just say? Now I'm even in a brain fart.
Virtual staffing.
Scaling your
right.
business.
Scaling your business, right?
Explain what scaling your business is for the people who don't understand what that word means.
Right. So where you're at right now and where you want to be, where your goals are to meet, you have to build a plan to get there. You need a system that will allow you to grow or scale your business. So what you're really looking to do is figure out, how do you get from A to B? You need a plan for that. And you need people to do that. You can only do so much on your own. And if you really want to be successful in business, you have to be able to start delegating things to free you up to do the things that only you can do. And that's how you scale a business.
Okay. So now, how does I hear this all the time. And not, by the way, since I talked to you, I keep getting pinged on Facebook how to get virtual assistant. So explain how does this really work? Remember, this
Sure.
is a screen that I can't touch you. So
Right.
explain to the world how the process.
Right. So there's really three ways to go about getting a virtual assistant. The first way is to hire someone off the internet. Find someone. Some people will go to a website called Fiverr, Fiverr, or a website called Upwork, or ones that are specific to certain regions, like jobsph.com for Filipino VAs. You can go out there and you can try to find someone based on their profile, and you can hire them that way. That's a way I find that it's kind of like a 50-50 crapshoot. If you're going to find a good VA based on some kind of website that you're gonna trust that website and trust that person's profile, a lot of things can go wrong. However, some people are successful that way. So that's the first way, right? To go out and just find someone on the internet to help be your virtual assistant. The second way really is to sign up with an agency or a company who have employees who then turn that employee over to you, to work virtually. That company does all the HR, they do all the payroll. All you have to do is give them directions and sit back and let them do the work. That's what I do. That's what Sonic VA is. So we're kind of an agency that helps match clients who are business owners with talent who are virtual staff members.
So does that mean, okay, for all of us go back, since my background is tax stuff. So you're basically an employment agency. So when I have a project, I don't go through you. You give me Maria out in the Philippines, or we go back and forth through Zoom, correct?
Right.
And we pay you. So it goes in and so I'm still the boss. I don't have to go. All right, let me put it a way that I can understand with me. When I use Fiverr, and by the way, Fiverr, well, I'm going to give you some about Fiverr. You probably can never get the person more than once because you can't really talk to them. It's cheap, but you might have to go through 3 or 4 to get the project right.
Exactly.
So then you're the employment, you're the employment agency. Like if I was going to go like unemployment now, where you go to you give me somebody, and then I go back and forth through Zoom to get the project done. But you do the payroll, no workman's comp, no unemployment. I just give you the money and you handle it. So if I think she sucks, I don't have to say, hey, Maria, you suck. I just call back to you and you just cut them and go to the next one.
Exactly. You got it. That's how a lot of agencies work. And there are quite a few out there. A lot of virtual assistants are based in the Philippines, and there's reasons for that. The English language, the American style of business culture, different things that are prominent in the Philippines. But you see VAs from all over the world.
Right.
And so you find agencies that are constantly trying to sell to entrepreneurs and small business owners, hey, I got a VA that can help, free up your time. So that's really the most common way that people can have a successful VA relationship. The other way to go about it is just to hire someone full-time virtually. And that's all kinds of risks, right? So that's, where you have to do all their payroll, you worry about unemployment, you worry about them being an employee. It's expensive. So really the best solution,
Can I ask you
especially for
another
us.
crazy question?
Hmm?
I know you're doing, by the way, he's doing a lot. If you want to check out what his work is directly, he's doing some, go look up Albert Corey on the YouTube channel, and you can see the pretty cool graphics, how my YouTube channel looks like. And remember, I told you this yesterday. You would think I'm on Netflix, where it has all the titles pretty set up. But here's
Right. So
another crazy question that I just started with the VA,
sure.
with the assistant. Now, can I, like, when I say switch every day, when I meant by switch, is today I need somebody to do social media. Then I get that done, but now I don't need social media. I need somebody to do Facebook editing. So do I like tell you, hey, Dan, get rid of Maria. I need somebody to do my video editing. Or most of your people are super multitasking.
Well, it really depends. So there's a couple different pieces to that answer. The first is most VAs have specializations like anybody. They're good at some things and not good at everything, right? So to find a really top-notch VA who can do everything, they're probably going to be a little more expensive than someone who can do one thing or two things. So if you want someone, for example, who can do social media engagement, like making graphics and posting things, but also have the technical skill to make good videos, those are pretty rare. So I do have some of those on my team, but we do charge a higher amount for those. And they're also someone that you have to invest a longer period of time in because you're expecting them to learn everything about your business, not just one thing. So it takes more time to get up and running and it does cost more, but there are possible. But most people find that what they want is one or two simple things off their plate. So take over my social media, make my videos and manage my YouTube for me. That way we can have a pretty inexpensive relationship where you work with one person part-time. Say you have Maria working your social media 10 hours a week, every week, and you pay her a certain amount. That will be consistent. And then you can have a different VA do the video editing, but that could be more project-based where you just need him to work when you have videos ready to go. It's not something you're doing every day. So we can set up a structure that works for you based on your needs, but it may not be the same person.
When you say social media, and let me tell you my thoughts, and you tell me what I'm doing right or wrong. Yeah, and you see, guys, if you're watching my show, I put stuff out, right? I'm big. I'm putting stuff out. How does this, whoever I'm hiring, let's go back to Maria. How does she know? Like I did the Forbes yesterday or last week, and I'm like putting my stuff out about Forbes, or I was on Bill yesterday and I put stuff about Bill. How would Maria, we're going back to social media, and I wanted to give you that part of my business. How would Maria know what to post? I guess that's my biggest, that's why I don't get anybody to do social media, because I got my little simple mind that I go, oh shit, I want to do blah, blah, blah. And I put it. So how would it work on social media?
Well, there's two aspects to what you're talking about that a VA would help you with. The first is to help you be more consistent. If you have a VA whose primary job is to manage your social media and they have a calendar they're going to follow. So no matter what you're doing, they're still posting on social media. There are days where you're in a conference room all day or where you're doing taxes all day, right? So those are the days you don't get your social media out as much as you normally would. But a VA would do it every day, regardless of what you're doing. So that builds more consistency. That's number one. Number two is that when you have a VA manage your social media, they can do things that have more of a theme, or they can follow a certain expectation of what your audience wants. Like you do Facebook Lives, you have YouTubes, you're on conferences, you do Zoom calls. You have a lot of different things that you do. And so it can, from your audience perspective, be a little chaotic. So if you have a VA manage that so that every Monday you're doing something about you being part of Forbes universe, and every Tuesday it's Power Team, and every Wednesday you're talking about your accounting business, and every Thursday you're doing some kind of story about you and who you are and what you bring to the table. And every Friday you have a fun, a fun post. That way your audience starts seeing some structure to what you're doing. So it's consistency, not just in how you post, but what you post. And that's what a VA can bring.
So pretty much she sets up in simple terms, she is my, what do they, what, like, remember the queen, or if we are like the billionaires, she is my social,
Yeah,
I know it's
your
social.
social director.
What's the word
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at? You know
Well,
how,
social media manager would be what we would call it,
no,
but
no,
it
but in
basically,
simple
yeah.
terms, if you're president of the United States, remember, there's the Office of Social Part. I don't know,
Right.
if Dan, I don't know if I'm saying the right wording, but you get what I'm saying, right?
I do. I get it. Yeah. You want someone to kind of like manage your appearance online, right? To make it look, structured and consistent and orderly, and give it some structure, because your audience actually craves that. One of the things that I find that a lot of people like us do is that because we don't always post consistently, our audience never knows exactly what to expect. Like they never know when you're going to drop a live. They never know when you're going to have a new Facebook video pop up or be on YouTube. It's really when you do it. But people have this in the back of their mind that they may not watch your Facebook Live when you go Facebook Live, but if they know you're going to do a Facebook Live every Tuesday at 2:00, even if they can't make it, they know it's there. So it creates a little expectation in the back of their mind that now they know it's Tuesday at 3:00 and they missed your live, but they know it's out there for them to go watch, versus never knowing when you're going to post something. So that kind of like creating that expectation in your audience's mind is something that you should be doing, and a VA should be the one doing it for you.
Oh, I get it now. Okay. And they eventually pick up my, but it goes back to, but how would they know? I guess it goes back to what I'm saying. How would they know what I'm posting? Or it's like, they're like my secretary, say, okay, Tuesday
Right.
at blah, 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 you're going to do this.
Right. So the first couple of weeks, it's going to be very much you directing them to what to do. It may take a little extra time on your part initially to train them to do it how you would do it. But then eventually they're going to figure it out, and they're going to start being able to do it without your direction. After a couple of weeks, they're going to be, for the most part, on autopilot, and they just make changes to the process when you say, hey, this is new, or do this differently, or add this. But for the most part, after that first couple of weeks of you kind of like talking with them, okay, post it this way. This is how I want it to look. This is how I want it to be across to people. They can do that. And then they learn your voice, right? The more they're doing your stuff, the more they're going to understand what you're thinking and how you want to share that, right? So the colors you use, the length of your videos, the type of things you talk about, they can help you craft all that so that all you have to do going forward is just speaking to the camera, and they do everything else, right? So the beauty of what you can do with either live streaming or with YouTube channel is you want to have someone produce it, and you just want to be the talent to show up and talk and let everything else happen without you having to worry about it. And that really frees you up.
All right. Now, what I know, when you're not on, since, by the way, this guy, if it wasn't for COVID, he'd be on the plane going around the world.
I would definitely not be here right now if I was after COVID, I will be moving around again.
What do you like to do? I mean, when you're not like, obviously you live in Ocala, sorry. By the way, Ocala is halfway between two major US metropolitan areas, AKA Orlando, Florida, and Gainesville, which University of Florida, which isn't big either. So what do you like to do? What's your fun thing to do when you're normal times?
Well, see, that's really travel. Like traveling, speaking on stages, going to events, either speaking at events or, being a sponsor of an event. I like talking about analytics. I like talking about data. I like talking about numbers.
Yeah, I remember that. By the way, real quick, I'm like, I can't remember my wife's name after 30 years. Remember what I said in the hallway and live in Florida.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Don't say analytics, say help people with their numbers. Make sense of your numbers, not your data.
And I remember, right or wrong, right, Dan?
Yeah, but I use it now. I talk about it much more in that way. So, and that's my passion. That's my primary focus.
Your numbers.
Yeah, the funny thing about this virtual staffing is it was really more of a sideline business for me for a while. But back in February, Even before the pandemic, I started seeing the need for it among people like us, speakers and coaches and entrepreneurs. I saw a need for more virtual assistants. So I started putting, Sonic VA out there as a primary business function of mine. And lo and behold, it was well timed, because as soon as the pandemic hit, people want to grow their business, but they can't hire people in an office. So they hire a virtual assistant. And I was just in the right place, right time.
Okay. Now that we're coming towards the end, and by the way, we had some pretty cool times around and hanging out. And
oh, we did, definitely. Yeah, Vegas and Chicago, and I forget. We could probably make a list of 20 places we've been together.
Right. As we come into the end here, what would be your final parting words to the people?
So I think really what you want to do is, if you're busy, if you're stuck in Busyville, you feel like you can never get everything done you want, I have a simple exercise that I can leave with you. It basically, take out a piece of paper, right? And write 3 columns, like 2 lines on each side, and have 3 columns. In the column in the middle, write down all the things that you've done in the last week for your business. What kept you busy running your business in the last week? That's what has to get done, right? Now, in the column on the left, write down all the things that you would do if you had more time. If you could free yourself up from doing the busy work, what would you really want to focus on? What does your business need for you to do at some point to really grow? That's the column on the left. Now, what you do in the column on the right is, this is what you give your VA. You take things in the middle column, the things that are keeping you busy, and you delegate them, which frees up time for you to work on the big picture stuff. That's what I think is the best way to think about how to hire a VA, is figure out those couple things that are manual, repetitive, boring, things that you don't have to do yourself, but have to get done for your business. And those are the things you give a VA.
Thank you, Mr. Dan. Our one last parting shot. How, if somebody wants to work with you, and by the way, after this post, Dan, please be free, and by the way, Dan, if you're friends on Facebook, Dan loves and likes everything. And one of the funny stories I'll tell you about Dan's posting is, if anybody who follows me knows, sometimes my typing on my cell phone ain't the greatest, right? That is probably why I probably need a VA. So, and sometimes I will type and I'll hit a button, not realize, and I won't go back and delete it. And he will still like that I put and I actually hit the button. So he's a really good sport, and I love him for always loving all my stuff.
Well, thank you too. I've learned a lot from you. I really enjoy working with you, and we're having a blast doing your videos right now. So if you and the audience want to get a VA, if you're thinking about getting a virtual assistant to help you out, if you had a VA in the past that didn't work out and you want to try again, if you are stuck in Busyville and you need to get out to grow your business, you can find us at sonicva.com. It's sonicva.com. And if you go there and you sign up and you send us a message and say, hey, I want to learn about a VA. If you sign up based on this, just say Albert, and you'll get a 10% discount on your first 40 hours. So that's a special I'm going to do for your audience, Albert.
Oh, thank you. By the way, after this post on Facebook, and after I upload it to YouTube, put in, dude, anybody knows me, right? You're always lovable to put in any of my comments, right? I'm very good about that. Well, guys, that's it for today. If you haven't been listening, sharing, if you're watching me on Facebook, hi, Facebook people. Remember, I always say sharing is caring. If this is up on YouTube, please share and caring. My name's Albert Corey. The world knows me as the Tax Man. You can get my free gifts. I got over $399 of free gift. You get my book, my #1 bestseller, The Art of Perception. You get my book, The One Habit, and you get, I got all kinds of goodies. The 30 top business deduction and my 51 tips pretty much to grow your business with less capital. All you got to do is text Taxman to 26786 Taxman or freegiftalbert.com. Okay, I'll put it below. Sharing is caring, and I will talk to you. Probably you'll get some lives in Vegas, and follow me on YouTube. Just go to Albert C. Biz, AlbertC360biz.com. Guys, I will talk to everybody soon. Remember, I always say sharing is caring, and we are out.